What's up, guys? It's Alex at Tailwater Fly Shop. Today I have the all-new Orvis Helios 4. Helios 3.5, just the Helios. Alright, so I'm here with the new Orvis Helios. And this is the new flagship rod from Orvis. And much anticipated, they have kept the Helios name in the lineup. We have gone from Helios to Helios 2 to Helios 3 to now just back to Helios. But that doesn't mean that they've gone back 4 generations of rods with this technology. What Orvis is saying about this rod is that it is the lightest, most powerful, and most accurate rod that they have ever made. And they, I guess, have the research to prove it. All right, so let's take this rod out of the tube, see what it looks like, and see if it does have the trademark Helios white above the cork. All right, so pretty classic rod tube, gloss white finish, so that's gonna get beat up in about 10 seconds. It says Helios on the bottom here. This happens to be a 9-foot 7 weight. This is the D, so this is going to be the more saltwater centric 7 weight. And we're gonna take this thing out and look at it. So first thing we notice about the rod sleeve is that it actually says the model and size on it. So this is the 9-foot 7 weight. It says 9-foot 7 weight. The other thing that's cool is it has this little clip on it. So there's no tie anymore because you never get that bow as pretty. So you just unclip it and you're ready to go. So time for the big reveal. Does it have the white above the cork? Well, yes and no. All right, so yes, it does have the white above the cork, but it has the white and gray. It's kind of half and half. But one thing, I know some people don't like this, but I think this is brilliant, ingenious marketing by Orvis, because you can see this rod from 100 feet away and know that it's a Helios. So like I said, this is the 9-foot 7 weight. This is the Helios D. It's a 9-footer. And I must say it takes a lot of very similar look to the old Helios, to the matte black blank, to the gloss black wraps on it, down to this white. This is white and gray, not just white. But the cork handle, so the cork handle on this one does have the synthetic cork at the top. Doesn't bother me. I know that it bothers some people on a rod of this price that they have that. But for me, as a saltwater angler, this is the area that gets worn out the quickest because we do grip up on the fly rod quite a bit, especially if we're trying to punch into the wind. And so that just keeps this area from wearing out and getting so nasty looking. So Orvis double up and locking reel seat. I do like that it has the cutout in it. It's not just a circle. One thing that I did notice about this rod though, is that they do not put the line ID on the reel seat like a lot of brands have started to do. So you do have to look at it, but they put it right here so it's easier to see. It's not real small on the side of the rod. So all in all, it looks like an Orvis and it looks like a Helios, and they're not claiming anything looks crazier with this, but what they're saying is a 10% reduction in swing weight over the competition, and I think it's like 25% more accurate over the previous most accurate rod, which they say was the Helios 3. So they made improvements on themselves, saying, hey, we're already the best and the most accurate on the market, and we're gonna make it better and more accurate. More accurate. All right, so moving up the rod, I have the second section. We have 2 titanium with ceramic insert stripping guides. Not much change here from Orvis, so these might actually be the exact same components that they used in the previous Helios. But again, they were trying to make the best better, is what they are saying. So this rod is all about swing weight and accuracy, and pretty typical saltwater components. I do like the oversized stripping guides though, on the 7 weight even, and there's 2 of them. We move up into the snake guides, and you do have your titanium snake guides up here. So again, pretty common, basically what you'd expect of a rod of this caliber for saltwater use. And yeah, all in all though, it's a nice looking rod. I am a fan of matte black blanks, so my self-proclaimed favorite rod has that. So really nice looking rod. One thing this rod does have though, that might be an edge up on my favorite rod, is Orvis isn't too proud to put alignment dots on a rod that's over $1,000. So there's alignment dots. They're not crazy. They're not flashy. They serve their purpose. They're tiny and white, and they make putting the rod together a whole lot easier for a 4-piece rod. So the Helios line comes in 2 weight through 15 weight in various sizes and lengths, and the D comes in 4 weight through 15 weight. And the primary saltwater ones are going to definitely be that 6 through 12 weight in the Helios D. The 15 weight's obviously a blue water, but the 5 weight D and 4 weight are $10.98, and Orvis is pushing the bounds of premium price because the 6 weight through 12 weight are going to be $1,198. So let's just call it $1,200. So $1,200, they're creeping up there with Asquith, but let's go cast this thing and see how it feels. All right, so we're out here. We're gonna cast this thing on the lawn. So I apologize to all of you trout fishing big shots that don't think I know how to cast. I haven't gotten my lessons yet, but we'll see if we can make this work. And for everybody that says that a $100 rod is just as good as this, you're wrong. So let's go ahead and cast this. I got a target set up. It's a redfish, Adam. I don't know, it kind of blends into the grass right now, but it is realistic. So that's what redfish do. So I will say this, Orvis has one thing right. The rod swing weight is extremely light, okay? That's the first thing I noticed about it was how light it felt, okay? And it's not, I won't say like, oh, it's so light it feels like I'm throwing a 4 weight, because it doesn't. This thing still has plenty of backbone and power, so it does feel like a 7 weight rod, but just extremely nice in the hand to throw. And I'm throwing into the wind right now, so I'm not throwing against the wind. We have a pretty good breeze. You can see it blowing the shirt up against my belly, all right? And I mean, it's no problem at, I don't know, 50, 60 feet that I'm at right now to just one pick up and go. And it is extremely accurate. So the grouping of casts that I can do, whether I really want to shoot one in there or whether or not I need to open up the loop to make it softer, because we have to, you know, cast different ways in saltwater. You know, it's doing both. I probably would have spooked that fish, but it's just, I mean, it's super accurate and just throws consistent loops every time. And I mean, it's doing what they say it is, which it's light and it's accurate. But I also felt like the previous generation Helios was light and accurate. The Helios 3 was light and accurate as well. But what they're saying is that they've improved upon this. So have they improved upon this, you know, $300 worth? I'm not sure, but it does have that classic Orvis feel, and it feels really good because I really did like the previous, the Helios 3. Wow, it's windy. All right, so the line that we're throwing today is no other than the Rio Tailwater Taper. Yes, it's our fly line. And I think that this is a really good pairing for this rod because this rod is fast, and so it can handle a little bit of a shorter head line. But like I said about this line, it's a true grain weight. So it's a 38-foot head, but it's true grain weight. So it's a 7 weight, it's 185, but you can, I mean, you can have a little bit of line out of the head and get ridiculous line speed, and you can shoot a ton of line. But the nice thing is, at short shots right here, like we have to the redfish that died. See, it died, Adam. Redfish died. But what you can do is you can open the loop up and set it. I mean, look how soft that lands. I don't know if we can see how soft it lands, but I mean, it just lands so soft. I mean, not bad for a guy that can't cast, right? So, I mean, it just lands so incredibly soft. So, and then shooting little shots into the mangroves, you know, is something that I think this is gonna be really cool too. One thing that I'm excited about though is they do make this rod in an 8'5", 8 weight. So if you're someone that bass fishes a lot for you know, with a fly rod, or you like to throw bigger flies for redfish or whatever else, the 8'5" is gonna be something that's gonna be pretty cool, I think, because it's gonna be super light swing weight. But the boxes that Orvis claims to check with this are swing weight and accuracy. And I must say, this rod is very light, so swing weight box checked, and it's very accurate, so accuracy box checked. It just feels like a really nice fly rod. It's not anything crazy. It doesn't feel different than what they did before. They didn't try and reinvent the Helios. They just basically said, the Helios 3 is the best rod that we've ever made, and they believe the best rod on the market. And they said, we're gonna try and make that even better. And so, here you go. All right, guys, so that's my thoughts on the all-new Orvis Helios, okay? I'm a little disappointed in the name. Was hoping they would do something cooler, like call it the Rosenbauer or something. But my thoughts on this rod are it's extremely light, extremely fast, extremely accurate. And if you were a Helios lover, you're going to love this. But if you weren't a Helios lover, not much has changed. All right, so come in and cast the rod. We have all the saltwater sizes you would need. Come give it a shot and come cast it and let us know if you think it's that much better than the old Helios. All right, guys, if you liked the video, then like it, subscribe to the channel, and I sound like every other YouTuber, so I will see you later.